I am a six-time fire evacuee, most recently from the Holiday Fire last June. I live in the foothills of Santa Barbara, just to the west of San Marcos Pass Road. And I was asked by our local newspaper, the Santa Barbara News Press, to write a poem about the past year that would appear in the Christmas edition of the paper, and as you can see, it did. And I was asked to write a poem that looked at what had happened, particularly with the fire and the flood, but that ended on a note of hope. So that's what I tried to do, and how often do you get a poem published in the newspaper? I'm going to read directly from this. It came out on last Christmas, and it's called Christmas Eve 2018. Poinsettias in the windows, Christmas lights strung across the pepper trees. On some streets, no one but a local would know a year ago the steep mountainsides were swathed in flames. The smoke so thick it wound down into your lungs like an unspooled skein of cotton. Homes emptied. You were staying at someone's house, or someone and their dogs had moved in with you. Downtown leaves skittered up State Street as window shoppers wearing dust masks trod warily in the burnt umber air. Then, far worse, that early January morning when rain doused the fire but upended the earth, which raged and churned and roared like the great flood come at last to sweep us from the safety of our dreams. Afterwards, an eerie, birdless quiet and mud everywhere, on our clothes and in our living rooms, plastered to the boulders that were suddenly scattered across the landscape like stars in the night sky. And where were the people we loved and knew, and who wouldn't answer their phones, though we called and called until our own phones were dead? Some refused our summons altogether. Though days passed and weeks, our grief became as constant as the whir and grind and beeping of heavy machinery, which gradually gave way to the scraping of shovels as the bucket brigades began reducing the tragedy to human scale, one wheelbarrow at a time. We learned so much of what we cherish is rubbish that can be bulldozed into piles and hauled away. It's the lives of others we cannot live without, though we try and are trying now. Tonight at the Biltmore, two valets laugh companionably as they wait for their next guest. From the radio of a car parked alongside Butterfly Beach comes the redemptive voice of Bing Crosby singing, "Fall on your knees," while the surf soughs and the wind, redolent of salt and eucalyptus, whispers of grace. Thank you.